What follows will be my words of wisdom, what I think every student teacher needs to know. Perhaps a good way to show what I learned is by using a KWL. Almost like a before and after snapshot. At the start of student teaching, I would have said I knew a little bit about classroom management, Bloom's taxonomy, differentiation, how to motivate students, how to use technology. I would have said I wanted to know about how to prepare students for EOCTs, how do teachers manage time and students at different skill levels, and how does co-teaching occur. What I learned, though, was that I actually knew nothing and I asked all the wrong questions. There were many things that I wished I knew before student teaching began. Now that my student teaching is complete, I, with the help of the Social Studies Department from my placement, will share some information that would prove valuable for future student teachers. One note is that throughout this presentation, anytime something is in quotations, it's something that my student teacher provided with me that I'll explain. What follows will be 10 things that a new student teacher should know. Number 1. Throw the book out the window. Or at least book learning is good, but teaching requires hands-on learning. But there are many good things that you still can learn in a college class. For instance, in a college class, you might learn to be organized. Because you want to get as organized as possible, even if you have to work hard at it. Number 2. Be flexible. But be consistent in your expectations towards any students and put forth the same effort to educate all students. This may mean being ready to do your Tuesday on Thursday and your Thursday on Tuesday. Number 3. Don't be afraid to look silly. Because if you look silly, you might get your students attention. And they will act silly and be engaged in activities. Perhaps like this class, engaged in an activity. You might even say that. Your number 1 teaching tip is get your students' attention. Number 4. Having active learners is important because real-world experiences help more kids than just what are in the standards. Number 5. In the classroom, from the moment you step in, you need to know that you are in control. You own the classroom. Because if you act scared, Or if you act angry, or stressed, or even maybe timid, students will feel your vibe. Number 6. It is okay to, it's perfectly fine to make mistakes. That is how you learn. That's how you improve. You could even say that brilliant people do not make mistakes, but mistakes make brilliant people. Because mistakes quite simply make better teachers. Number 7. I originally thought I knew a little bit about classroom management. I was wrong. My classroom management would have led to this: chaos. My teacher showed me that classroom management requires you at times to be strict, maybe a disciplinarian, and to remember that you can get nicer, but it's hard to get meaner. But really, what you really need to do is set guidelines, boundaries, and clear limits and then you must be consistent. Because inconsistencies will lead to major headaches. Number 8. Balance what you want to teach and what the state requires, because you have to be happy to do the best and get the best out of your students and feel fulfilled as a teacher. Number 9. Don't reinvent the wheel. Sometimes it's okay to create a new innovative lesson, but veteran teachers will have material that can help you out in many ways. And finally, number 10. Listen to what more experienced teachers have to say. Every teacher does things differently, and their methods are worth watching and learning from. It sounds corny, but as a student teacher, you should keep calm and listen to your teachers. These 10 things can only scratch the surface of student teaching, but one quote from one of my cooperating teachers bears repeating. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, but the great teacher inspires. Yet now that I'm done and I know these things discussed here, I think it is time for some fireworks, maybe a little champagne, a trip to Disney World, and by far most importantly, it's time to get a job. Thank you.